Hey guys. So tonight I was struggling to try and figure out what to do. It's snowing like a bitch here, and the weather is cold and wet. Because it's right around that 0 degrees and it's just cold and wet. Anyway, this is the Kyosho engine that came in my DBX originally. So it is the GXR, I think it's an 18. Yep, GXR 18. Feedback. So yeah, so this is the original engine that came in my DBX that originally didn't have enough pinch left in it to do anything with. So I pulled it ages ago and I put a Traxxas engine in the DBX, and then never did anything with this thing. And then Joe was so kind as to send me a piston and sleeve for it. And hey Lotus, hey John, let's see who else is in here. Lotus, Hybrid, hey Hybrid, and John. Yeah, so anyway, like I said, I've had this little Kyosho engine since I got that kit, and I've had this piston and sleeve for quite a while. Anyway, I've never pulled this thing apart before, so I have no idea what I'm up against, because it's kind of a weird deal. Here's the pull start. Hopefully that doesn't fall apart. It's kind of a different animal for sure. I've never had one of these apart before. Not these little guys. So this will be a new experience for me, for sure. It's got a really strange pull start get up on the back of it. You got one of these DBXs too, Hybrid? Yeah, so I converted my DBX, I converted it over to a Traxxas engine quite some time ago. So it's got a 3.3 in it. And this little engine decided it didn't want to run properly, and I didn't like the little 3-foot bottom on it, but yeah, mine came from England. Joe actually sent it to me. Which model? 3 SCT now? So like that? What do you mean there? I'm not sure what you mean. Hey Grandma! Yeah, it had the weird 3-legged foot on the bottom of it. Man, that is strange. I've never had one of these little guys apart before. Look at the inside of that. It's strange. I'm sure hybrids had these apart before, but I've never had one of these apart. I don't know if that pin comes out of the crank or not. Nope, it does not, so I'll leave it alone. And I know that this has an adapter shaft on this. It's got a little short stub adapter on it in the flywheel. And then there's a little foot collar. It does have Torx bit head bolts. Yeah, all that's fixed. Yeah, I was struggling to try and figure out what to do today, because I didn't really, I was gonna actually try and run some shit outside today, but then it started, we got a good old, spring snowstorm here in the Elk Valley. Yeah, I've never had one of these part hybrid, I don't know, they're definitely different. For sure. There's definitely no pinch left in that thing. Well, at least the sleeve came out easy. That doesn't happen very often. Well, the pin is on the side. That's different. Yeah, this is a GXR 18. Not much of a relief in the piston either. It's a little dipsy doodle in the front there. It's nice and clean inside, which is good. Lots of oil. Bearings are good. I don't want to force the crank out. If it doesn't want to come out, I'll leave it alone. Oh, there it goes. Come on. Look the rest of the way, you. There it goes. There's the crank. Look at the little guy. It's so tiny. Bearings look good. Need a little bit of a cleanup. There. Give that a bit of a clean. Now we gotta try and see if I can swap this piston sleeve or swap this piston over to the new one without losing the clip. Hey Harold. Hey Travis. Ooh, nice and tight. This will obviously need break-in. Just curious to see. Yeah, she goes all the way to the top. Definitely wore out. So a little oil hole goes to the front. Pinhole at the back. Should have brought my glasses. Can't see shit. Hey, you. We'll give it a try anyway. See if I can see it. You watch, I'll send this flying. You can't even feel it. I don't even think this thing's captured with it. Oh, there it is. Stuck to the end of my pick. I can't believe I didn't lose that. I didn't even see it come out. Oil groove to the front. I think I just put that pin in backwards though. Because the hole was the other way. There. Yeah, it's got 0 pinch left in this hot rod. This poor old girl. That would explain why I couldn't get any tune out of it. Because I tried to get a tune out of it when Joe sent it to me. He said, I think the engine's done. He said I couldn't keep a tune in it. And as soon as it got hot, the tune would just disappear. And so I thought that I thought maybe I could save it, but no, she's done. And then Joey sent me the piston sleeve. He found one in Europe. So see if I can put this in without losing it. It's basically like a piece of hair, man. It's so tiny. Where did that go? There it is. Sorry guys, I'll pay attention to the chat in a second here. This is the worst task. Trying to get this stinking clip in. Got it. Nope, thought I had it. Ooh, man. You get to figure out how bad your eyesight is when you're trying to put these little fucking clips in. You got it that time. Make sure it's seated. Yep. Hey Vinny, so today we're rebuilding a little Kyosho GXR 18. So I got a new piston and sleeve for it from a friend of mine from England. This goes in my Kyosho DBX, and the old piston and sleeve was pretty much hatched. I could take and pretty much push it right through. So she was done. But yeah, so sorry about that. I was just in the middle of doing that stupid little clip. But I got it. And I didn't even have to go get my glasses. Win. Just give this a quick clean. There, that's better. A little less gooey. Now, we need some. Where's my cloth? Where did I put that? There it is. I always like to put a little bit of castor oil up in the top, kind of just where the piston sits. Work it around. Same as a little bit around the sleeve. This one's a little weird. It's got a tiny little pinhole on the side, which is odd for the retainer. It's a little slit there, but usually that's in the back. This one's on the side, right on the exhaust side. Plus because I'm used to buggy engines, which are all in the back. So I guess the pin goes to the exhaust side. So, dumbass, put the crank in first. Yeah, that is how it goes. Hey, hybrid. Shows you how many of these little engines I do. Still doesn't seem like that's all the way in there. Yeah, it is. Turns nice. And it makes that starter pin integrated into the crank. Makes that fun to put that shaft back in there. Especially with big fat fingers. I guess I just had to drop it once. Get that started in the board on there. There we go. There. Give it a little more castor oil. Man, that turns nice. And then a little bit more in there. There we go. I guess this head's not directional, but it doesn't really matter what way it goes back on. It looks like it sits crooked though. No, that's how that goes. Do you know if you can still buy pistons and sleeves for these in Canada, hybrid? I haven't been able to. I haven't seen any. Right on me. Hopefully you're having better weather down there. Or up there, I should say. That DBX, when I put that Traxxas engine in, is just a beast. I'll tell you. And a lot of people shit on the Traxxas stuff, but that 3.3 and that DBX is something else. Yeah, in this case, I already had the piston and sleeve, Jay, so I don't think I'm not out anything. Joe found the piston and sleeve in Europe and got a good deal on it, so he sent it to me for this engine. And then I just been procrastinating and never took it apart and put it together. So I haven't bothered to do it. No other reason than that, really. This is shitty little Phillips screws in the back plate. Yeah, you're true. It's true, Travis. You know, like really, Traxxas kept it alive. I mean, also they did try to kill it at the same time, because they tried to squash everybody else. But the Traxxas kept it going for a lot of years. I just, I do struggle with that though, because a lot of people are like, Traxxas is the best first kit for people. Yes and no, they can be cranky. You know, like they can be fussy at the tune, and the carburetors can be shitty, and so on and so forth. But yeah, exactly, Lotus. I like Traxxas stuff too, but they've sued everybody. So that in a lot of aspects, that's not. It's not very conducive to encouraging the rest of the hobby, the rest of the companies. You know. This is the strangest pull start get up. But it works really well. I could see why they did that. I mean, I can't fault their design. Yeah, I can't debate that, Travis, but a lot of those lawsuits that you see Traxxas did back in the day, you know, like were they legit? Like, did the people actually steal that shit or not? Or I don't know. Like you read some of them old lawsuits, and I think Traxxas was kind of reaching. Yes, I'll see. There. Like that. Now I had the spacer back on here. That went there. This went back on there. This went back on there. This went back on here. This got torqued to exact specs. There. Lots of pinch now. Mind you, I got quite a bit of oil in there. There. That engine's pretty much ready to go. I can go back into the DBX. And then this piston and sleeve is either got to get sent out for a repinch or it's garbage. Yeah, exactly. That's what I read, Lotus. Same thing. It was like they were suing for stupid shit. Just stupid stuff. Because they had the money to do it. So. So, I will say, so that's my little Kyosho engine. That'll be, I'll put that back in the DBX. I picked this up this week, and I know I don't usually do electrics, but somebody, I shouldn't say I picked it up, somebody gave me this. And it's a little Arma granite. And so I kind of fucked with it on and off over the week. And somebody gave it to me, and I'm not above turning. I'm not going to turn down a free RC car, even if it is electric. And it's a nice little rig. It was a friend of mine's kids, and his kids grown up and gone, and it sat in his garage, and he didn't want to deal with it, so he gave it to me. And so yeah, so I figured it would be worth playing with. So I don't have a remote for it right yet. He's trying to see if he can find it. I did charge the battery up, and I turned it on, and everything moved, and it seemed to respond. So I did clean. Looked like they had lost body clips, so they had taped the body onto the truck. No, this actually still has the shitty nickel metal battery in it, and I'm going to put it into a 3S. But I thought about that, maybe converting this to a nitro would be kind of fun. I've never done that before. Yeah, see, it's still all the original brushed system. So it still has the weird hump pack nickel metal hydrate battery. Still has it's all original, still with the brushed motor. So, but for free, I wasn't going to turn it down. So, yeah, so I figured that it'd be fun to play with. So, Hybrid was good to send me some links for some brushless systems. So I might play with that and see if I can actually make it a brushless truck just for fun. And because I've never pissed with the electric stuff back. My last electric had a rotary speed controller in it, so that tells you what my last electric truck was. So. What would be interesting, Floyd? Switch it over to nitro? Yeah, that's what Jay. That's where Hybrid sent me the link to for the AliExpress stuff. So he was kind enough to send me the KV rating and everything else for the truck. So it should be, like I said, it should be fun to play with. Just as I figured fix it up a bit. It'll be a good trade or something like that, for something when somebody gives up on nitro. So. And then the other one, I'll show you guys. I'll bring you over here to the test stand. So you guys saw me put the engine in this. Hold on, I'm gonna lift you up here a bit. You guys saw me put the test stand on to test the engine in this that I got from Hybrid. So I had it running. I did the 2 tanks on the break-in. So it's been idled for 2 tanks. It still needs some more idle work or some more idle time, but it's pretty much ready for the next few tanks. It's laborious sitting here listening to it drone. So yeah, this is my jamming truggy. So, and you can see it rolls nice. This is actually, I kind of laughed because when I came out and looked at it, if you guys look in the clutch in there, and you watched John's live last night where he was fucking with those clutch shoes, that's a set of those cheap ass Chinese shoes in there too. So, I mean, if you guys want to sit here and listen to some fuel, I can listen to it run. I can fire it up and we can listen to it do some more running. But that's not very much fun for anybody to sit here and listen to something drone on, unless you guys want to. So yeah. Anyway, this is my run table for those of you that haven't seen it before. Basically I put this is the big exhaust fan that you guys hear in my other lives, and this is I run them here, and then I run this hose from here into a bottle of soapy water over there, just to keep the fumes down and the splatter, and then it kind of keeps it all nice and tidy over here. And then that way I can just, all the fumes get sucked straight out the fan. So. And the bench, actually, if anybody's looking for a cheap bench idea, this actually worked out pretty good. So if you see the legs down there, the hoops, and they're screwed to the wall, that actually used to be a tire rack. And I flipped it upside down and screwed it to the wall, and then screwed the piece of plywood on top of the tire rack. And then it makes a great bench. And there's no feet to go to the ground, so it keeps the floor space nice and tidy. For anybody that's looking for a way to build a little portable bench setup. So yeah, I'll just grab my. If you guys want, I can fire that. Oh, you got snow there too, Jay? Hey, yeah, I can fire that thing off if you guys want to listen to it. But man, I don't like shutting them off halfway through. So you gotta sit there and listen to at least a half a tank, and nobody wants to do that on a live stream, I don't think. Thanks, Travis. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, I can't see you guys gonna sit here and listen to that. I mean, if you want to, we can. It's actually not that loud, rinse, but that hose and it goes into the bucket like that. It's actually reasonably, it's not that obnoxious. Yeah, well, we'll run some fuel through it, sure. I won't get the break-in done if I don't. So, just give me a second. I'll bring you over here. Hey, bear with me, I gotta do some setup. Oh, geez, I should put fuel in it first. I'm getting ahead of myself. These jamming truggies have a ridiculously large fuel tank in them for what they are. So I only like to run half a tank at a time, because that gives me a pretty good heat cycle. I don't like that fuel hose down there rubbing the crank. There, like I said, it sounds way different with the hose on it and into the bucket of water, bucket of soap. It works pretty good, this setup. The only thing I need to do now is build a bit of a step, because I put it so high so that it all goes out the door, that I need to step on a step stool to start them, unless it's a buggy and then it starts on the box. Yeah, and the neighbors behind me can't actually hear anything. All they can hear is the fan. Works pretty good. I throw the head warmer on it just to keep it warm. RPM bumped up a smidge, and I like the wheels to turn because I don't want the clutch to get hot. Otherwise the clutch will drag. So I like it to just be up just enough that it keeps the engine cleared out. Yeah, like I said, guys, there's still quite a bit of snow. If you look at the house behind me, there's still 8 inches of snow on the roof. That's after a melt for days. This is good now. I'm just happy to see bare pavement. Turn the head heater on for a bit. I like to keep track of it on my whiteboard. Otherwise I forget where I was at. Compass must have been spouting off there. I just see. Thanks, Offner guy. Sometimes he gets a little carried away, that fella. That's better. 230. It's always tough to judge it. All right, Hugh. Is that you? Have a good night. Nice drama. You're heading to you. Have a good night, buddy. $240. This buggy rolls so easy that it doesn't take much clutch to get it to roll. You can stop the wheels pretty easy. See? The slightest clutch drag makes the wheels turn. Stabilized at 240. That's pretty good. I personally like to bring it up to 240, 250, and then take the head heater off and then let it cool itself down and then put the head heater on, let it bring it back up. As many times as you can get the heat cycles in it, the better off you are. That's how I roll with it anyway. Yes, that is hybrid. That's the dynamite from you. That was going to go in the Kyosho. That's up there. Up there. It's kind of funny. It's all dynamite. It's a dynamite engine. It's a dynamite pipe, and you know, so it's all dynamite. Thanks, Optic Guy. I appreciate it, buddy. I can't watch the chat all the time too, so. This is a great pipe. Anybody that gets a chance, it's a dynamite 053 MR, and they're actually still available on Amazon, and you can get them reasonably priced. They're only like, I think 75 Canadian, so that's probably like 50 bucks US, and they're still available. So they're great to buy, and they come with a pipe and the header, and it's a spring header, spring coupler, so they're worth buying. I've got them on probably a half a dozen kits, and they're good. They actually, and if you put them right beside the old JP2, they're almost shaped exactly the same. They're a great truggy pipe. I've never put one on a monster truck, but they seem to be pretty decent druggy pipe. Yes, I have a JP2 as well. There it is, now it's dropping down. The JP2 is a good pipe. All three of them are good. I wish I had all three. I think I got a JP3 in something. I'll be fucked if I remember what it's in. It's always tough to judge where your tune's at with the pipe on. Down to 200. I'll put the head heater back on. I don't even turn it on, just put it on there. It's nice to be able to do this in controlled temperatures. I used to have to do it outside. Sucked to do it there. You couldn't tell. Not only that, but you annoyed the shit out of everybody. But this way I can do it inside here and just chill out. I know it takes it a while for it to go. This isn't the most exciting thing to watch. Thanks, Lotus. Yeah, hybrid. The reason I didn't put that engine in the USA 1 is that USA 1 takes an exceptionally long shaft. So that engine, the shaft is actually too short. The Jam and Truggies are pretty good. They're for the age of them, they're pretty lightweight. The old Jammin' 28 is a good engine. I have one, but it's wore out. I'm still waiting. Mini Mechanical's the one that has the X-ray, and he was on here, and I think he's still on here, and he, oh, I don't have any experience with that one, Mini, but there's some good engine people on here. But yeah, so I'm waiting to see when he decides he wants to part with it, and then I'll buy the X-ray off of him. But he's got it right now, and he's going to enjoy it for a while, and then he may pass it on to me. Anybody have an answer for Minnie on that question? I knew you'd have one hybrid. I know you, Minnie. Eventually you'll let go of it. I've gotten lots of your stuff over the years. See here, while this thing's doing its thing. So I got that one from Minnie. I got that RC10 up there from Minnie. And I got the JQ Racing buggy from Minnie. Yeah. And then my collection of Hyper 7. I got a few. I like the Hyper 7. They're a good buggy, man. The Hyper 8 is, I think, even better. It's like the Hyper 7, but on steroids. It's got a better battery box. You should try an 8 Mini. They're a better buggy, in my opinion. The 7 is awesome, don't get me wrong. but the 8 has a thicker strut tower, is a better beefier, it's a thicker chassis plate, it's got a better battery box setup. It's just a better machine. I believe that. That's the SS, I think. Hyper SS, I believe. Oh, money. $250. Hoveo is the same as Offna, yeah. I've heard them called Hoveo, Hognor, Hyper. Hey, did you ever do anything with that low-C crawler you got, or that low-C mini monster truck? The Monster T or whatever it was there? Did you trade it off or sell it? There you go. Thanks, Travis. I wasn't sure what it was called. I like the Hyper stuff. I find it's pretty well made. And this thing ran last night, and I couldn't even see anything in the tank, and it must have run for 10 minutes with nothing in the tank. Like, it didn't even go lean, and then it just shut off. It was the most uneventful shut off ever. That is pretty cheap, Travis. I like this Hyper 7 down here. The one at the bottom down there is one of my favorites. It's like all original, period correct, with the OS VG30 in it. And that thing is super fun. I love the sound of that VG30. And then these are my Thunder Tiger EBs. That's an EB4 and that's an S3. Those are pretty cool too. Anybody get a chance to get one of those, they're pretty good. Now maybe an eighth of a tank left. Thought it sounded like it was getting cold. You can always tell the sound difference. You ever watch Nitro Talk with Todd? Todd showed when you get them up around 250, 240, you can hear the sound difference in the engine versus when they get cold, then they get really fat. Thanks, Officer Guy. I like to try and run this as fat as I can when I'm doing break-in so it flushes all the shit out. Works pretty good. left in that tank now? It is starting to settle down. You can hear the difference. Like after running the 2 tanks yesterday and then the tank today, it's already starting to break in nicely. That sounds a little better. Crazy the difference that pipe makes, hey, for sound. Push some of the oil out of it. There, that sounds a little better. Cleaner now. Thanks, Sofna. And I don't even see anything in the fuel tank now. Should run out shortly. I think that's going to be a good engine. You know, sometimes you just get one you got a good feeling about. Definitely runs that tank empty. By the time that cools off, should be out of fuel here right away. See what I mean? I can't even see anything in the tank, and it's still running. There it is. There's my air bubbles. There she is. Make sure it's at the bottom. There we go. Turn my fan off. Shut some stuff down now. There. The furnace is running, so I wanted to shut the fans off as soon as I could. There. Thanks for hanging out with me doing that break-in. I didn't think you guys would honestly want to sit there and listen to that, but I do appreciate it. Trying to find time to sit down and do that is never easy. Yeah, I can, Travis. I have tilted it a bit. Sorry, I missed that comment. I have tilted it. If the rag's kind of tilted out just a bit, and it's put, I can see it pushing the oil out of the pipe. So it is leaving the engine. So. Yeah, you know what engine I had like that on the guy? That Arrow was that way. Just wicked pinched, and it was horrible, and I could not get it to break in on the stand. Like, finally I had like 4 tanks through it, after fighting with it, so I took it out and just, and ran it, which was a tank early, and it cleaned it right up, and then all of a sudden it was fine. But my God, it was the tightest thing. It was crazy. I don't think I've ever had one quite that bad. Like, it used to cool off and then it would lock up solid, and it did that all the way up to 4 tanks. So sorry I'm a little bit later than normal tonight. I would like to try and make these lives closer to 6 rather than 7, but I didn't, I had some shit I had to tidy up after work today, so I ended up having to do 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock. So I hope to go back to doing them at 6. Just gotta kind of get my shit together a little more. That's all. So guys, on that note, I see you're heading out too, Lotus. I'm actually just going to head out too myself. My dog hasn't been feeling very good. She's in the house, and I want to make sure I don't come into the house to some accidents. So I think I'm going to shut her down here at this time and say goodnight, and hopefully everybody has a great evening. And if you work tomorrow, hopefully you have a safe and quiet evening. And a safe and quiet Friday, and I will see you guys all on next Thursday. And the Z01B is just waiting for better weather, Travis. It's awesome. It's a beautiful kit. It's just waiting for better weather. As soon as I get some nice weather, I will definitely be running it. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks, Minnie. Appreciate it, buddy. It's good to see you as always. You too, Northeast. And often, guy, appreciate your due diligence on the mediation there, buddy. Everybody have a great night. You too, Travis. Everybody on the stream, have a good one.